Very, very, very good morning. Today, Monday, March 10th, we begin with our second episode here radio station, Connecting People with Property. My name is Hussein El Faki, real estate agent, joined with Avantiway Reactive in Weston, and my phone number is 954-531-8046. Today, we have a program full of information, good news, and spectacular things in this fascinating world of real estate. Let's start by giving some relevant news in the industry from the last month of February. We are still at the beginning of March, so here are the fresh news from February. We will analyze various areas of interest, how properties are moving in those areas or zip codes. Then we will also present one of the most interesting projects in development. However, I remind you that you can follow us through our social media. You can find me as Hossein El Fakir, here real estate, connecting people with property on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Let's start by announcing the news that Florida sets a new record in tourism during 2024. It received the small figure of 142 million visitors, almost 143 million. Imagine, it's as if we were saying that half of the population living in the United States had decided to pass through Florida at some point. That means 1.6% more than in 2023. Which was already a record as well. This news was delivered to us by Sonia Osorio on February 13th, 2025. In the last quarter alone, we were visited by 30 million tourists, 2.5 million international tourists, and 750,000 Canadians. The results are clear, said our governor in his final words. Framil is the best place to live and do business. This is even despite the challenges posed by hurricanes here and Milton. Hotel occupancy grew by 6.7% in the fourth quarter of last year, while throughout the year, hotel nights sold grew by almost 2%, according to official figures. All the airports, I imagine you have passed through one, have seen the crowds of people at each of the airports, whether it's Miami or Tampa. All the airports have experienced a population increase of 3.1% compared to 2020. I remind you, we are at Here Station, connecting people with property, Hussein FK. You might wonder, what does tourism have to do with real estate? Do you remember that phrase I mentioned in our first episode? Everything is related to real estate in this life. That's how it is. Hotels are commercial real estate. There are hotels and hospitality businesses growing everywhere. In every part of our beautiful state of Florida, you can see cranes raising new structures. And although it's difficult to say what percentage of those tourists came to do real estate business, what we can say is that in 2024, foreign buyers represented 3.1 billion tourists. In sales volumes, meaning that 10% of what was sold in the state of Florida was due to foreign buyers. $3.1 billion. Florida established itself as the main destination for international buyers. 20% of the total foreigners buying in the country. That is to say, Florida handles 20% of the foreign investment in real estate from other countries. It depends on the source. The main countries leading these real estate investments are Argentina, with 18%, Colombia with 14%, Canada with 8%, Brazil with 6%, and Mexico with 6%. There are many countries, not only from Latin America and America, but also from Europe that are coming to buy. Definitely, the volumes are often seasonal. At this moment, we find Argentina leading the list of foreign individuals buying in the country. However, Colombia has been at the top for many months. Now let's move on to another super interesting news here in Miami. Remember, I always talk a lot about Miami because it is indeed the most trendy word. But when we speak, we refer to the entire state of the cold. However, Miami is the preferred destination for all these types of investments. It is the largest destination, and today it is considered one of the most iconic cities for foreign investors. We will also be covering different similar stories. Nothing more, yes. I remind you, we are live on Radio Mundo 1210 AM. This is Hussein El Faqih speaking here at Station Connecting People with Property. For any information, for any questions, for any topic you want to discuss in this space, your space, you can contact me at 954-531-8046. Surely, on one of those night rounds, you passed by a place called Wharf del Muelle, which was on the Miami River, right near where Garcia's fish market is located. Well, let me tell you that this iconic entertainment space, which operated until August of last year, will make way for a multi-million-dollar complex that will be called Riverside Wharf Miami. A luxury complex that will feature a luxury hotel managed by Hyatt, a 6-story nightclub, and exclusive high-end restaurants. The restaurant segment is one of the areas that has grown the most in recent years in Miami. Today, Miami's culinary offerings have nothing to envy compared to capitals like New York or other cities in Mexico. The project is led by MB Real Estate Holding and Driftwood Capital in partnership with Hannah. Its construction will begin in June 2025 this year and is expected to be completed by the end of 2027. The plan includes 2 towers, each with 8 floors, 167 rooms in the Hyatt Hotel, covering 9,290 square meters or 100,000 square feet. It will feature a marina with a 165-meter dock. The land lease, owned by Miami-Dade County, was extended for an additional 100 years, according to the results of the approvals voted on in 2018. The Riverside Wharf Miami has a special permit, and this is one of the most fabulous aspects of this project. Only there will parties be allowed until 5 in the morning. That is to say, the venues have permits to operate until 5 in the morning, unlike South Beach and Woodmore, where establishments can only operate until 5 in the morning. Additionally, it remains, but now in an improved form, Garcia's Fish Market, Seafood Grill and Fish Market. This establishment has been in the same location for over 50 years. You will now be able to have fishing boats and enjoy truly fresh fish. Garcia is willing to move part of his most updated fleet to these facilities to offer that service at the same time. This is a project of over $300 million that aims to be the next major entertainment hub in Miami and will transform the riverbank into a tourist attraction. If you are interested in learning more about this type of projects or news, contact me. I would be delighted to discuss it. Remember, my name is Hussein El Faqih, Here Real Estate Radio Station, connecting people with property. This is a segment broadcasted through Radio Mundo 1210 AM. Now, I want to talk to you a little about the statistics and relevant metrics for some of the areas that interest us in South Florida. Remember that in the first episode, you can use it in YouTube. We talked about many of these metrics, about what each of these things means. And precisely my intention was that to outline a bit what the meaning of each of the metrics is, so that when we analyze area by area in this and in the subsequent programs, we can have a clear view of what it means and how the real estate market is moving in our. Let's start with the report from Miami. In February 2025, the average home price was $942,000. What does that mean? Of course, we put everything in the same basket, calculate the average of how much it cost. The housing in Miami, and it gives us $942,000. Compared to January of the same year, it was $933,000, meaning we are gaining almost 1% in the average home value in just 1 month. And if we go a bit further back, in December 2024, the average house price was $930,000. This means that in just 2 months, January and February, we have achieved an appreciation in the median home value for Miami-Dade County of 1.2%. Do the math, calculate your numbers, and visualize how investing in real estate can mean, even with the current conditions, a tremendous business opportunity. In terms of inventory, we currently have 11 months of inventory for February 2025. In January, we had 12, and in December, we also had 12. This means that the months of inventory have been slightly decreasing. Months of inventory for Miami. What does this mean? It means that we are still in a buyer's market. Definitely, February closed as a buyer's market for Miami. As I mentioned in the previous episode, a buyer's market means that the buyer somehow holds the reins in the negotiation. The supply has increased, giving the buyer more opportunities to negotiate. The average days, according to the statistics for February 2025, were 122. This has remained quite stable. In January 2025, we had 122.5, and in December 2024, we had an average of 119 days. The average price per square foot for February 2025 is at $600. Of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, these are statistics, all grouped together. If we are going to buy an apartment in San Luis, in the villa of the beach appeared infinitely. It is said on the beach. The beach, definitely. Then we have the statistics for Broward. Sometimes those who follow us on YouTube will see how the statistics mention Lauderdale, but we are actually referring to Broward. The average price for Broward was at $966,000. Comparing that price from February 2025 of $966 versus the average price we had. In December 2024, we were talking about $943, meaning we have gained $23,000 on average per property. The months of inventory at this moment in February, we have 13 months of inventory for fraud against 11 months that we had in December. We are also in a buyer's market. And it has been a buyer's market for the past few months. Even in January and December, we were also in a buyer's market. Remember, in a buyer's market, the buyer holds the reins of the negotiation. It doesn't matter if you want to buy, if you want to sell, if you want to rent, if you need any information, analysis of an area that interests you. Contact me. without any obligation, it's no problem. My phone number is 954-453-1804, and I am completely at your disposal to obtain any statistical information you need to understand for your next transaction. The average days for Broward County are 112 days, and the average price per square foot, we are talking about 582. 582. If we compare that square foot price from February with the 574 we had in December, we are talking about a small increase. And why do I say this? And why do I like to analyze the numbers? Because the feeling on the street for many people is that prices are going to drop. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the statistics at hand. How can we predict that prices will drop if month after month properties continue to gain value? When we talk about Fort Lauderdale, I mentioned we were referring to Broward, but we also have statistics for Orlando, West Palm Beach, Naples, Marlboro, Jacksonville, and many other places. Even if you are interested in having these statistics for a specific postal code or for a neighborhood or development, understand them. Also watch this radio program and all the radio programs through my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to that channel and ask questions there, because that way we gain more visibility for the program. I remind you, this is Hussein El Faki speaking from Here Real Estate, connecting people with fraud. With all this overview, you can now have a clear vision of how the market is moving in the area it belongs to. Of course, I know that you don't need a decision from Fair Real Estate, much less for Ligera. Here I am, clearly offering my services. But it's not just me. There are 195,000 real estate agents in the state of Florida. Surely, there are many better than me who are willing to work with you on your next real estate transaction. But what is certain is that we have the opportunities. We have them just a click away. You just need to do the metrics and have the right access to the right information. Recently, we were involved in a transaction for the sale of an apartment on the beach and in the city of Sorsac. And contrary to what we initially thought, we received 4 offers above the price that was finalized some time ago. In other words, the market is still moving. Buyers, sellers, the important thing is to have a realtor you can trust. Once we have briefly analyzed all these investment areas, Miami, Praga, and any others, I want to talk to you about a project that I find very, very pleasing. Surprised, and a project called Mercedes. You will see how many of these brands are sponsoring the construction of all, but this one in particular is an icon of luxury and sufficient action in Brickell. This tower is the perfect fusion of innovation and design. Avant-garde design and excellence in engineering. Mercedes-Benz redefines urban lifestyle in the heart of Mallorca. My husband and I were there about 3 weeks ago for the gallery opening because I had the opportunity to sell one of the apartments in that tower to a Mexican investor. And truly, the experience of the gallery opening was simply what I liked. Not only because of the glamour of the gallery and the event itself, but also because we had the opportunity to even see a model apartment virtually. We put on those 3D virtual reality glasses. We went up by elevator and were located in an apartment on the 59th floor with a view of the Brickell Bay. A simply spectacular sensation. I invite each of you who are interested in this type of investment to contact me, as I am sure that just as I was amazed by the visit to the gallery, you will be too. You will fall in love and be captivated by these new residences designed by the avant-garde architects and engineers of Mercedes. Spaces that inspire, ranging from studios to three-bedroom residences. Each home is designed with a focus on modernity and comfort. Exceptional details, wooden floors, floor-to-ceiling windows, smart technology. In every area of the home, high-end kitchens, exclusively designed cabinets, state-of-the-art Maillard appliances, and impeccable finishes. Bathrooms styled like a spa, marble showers, floating vanities, sophisticated chrome, and rose gold fixtures. It is a lifestyle centered on well-being. Unparalleled recreational spaces. The rooftop pool is infinite. The areas of relaxation are completely exclusive and elegant. The pool is an enclosed area. In the views from almost all the apartments overlook the Miami River. It is a unique experience. And to ensure that you can live that experience, you just have to contact me. And I am sure that I will present you with an unparalleled experience. We are talking about comprehensive well-being. There is a sauna and onsen circuit, onsen in a Turkish bath, aromatherapy room, state-of-the-art gym, and additionally, within the same gallery, there was going to be, within the same tower, there will be a cinema. It's there, it's ready. You can already see it for those who love racing and Formula One. There is already a racing simulator that fades away. There is a private cinema room and spaces designed for activity and entertainment. You might wonder what Formula One has to do with a building with a name like Mercedes-Benz. Formula One, since its debut in 2022 with the Miami Grand Prix, has made a huge impact on the history of Formula One, economic and social in the region. In 2023, it is estimated that the event generated 449 million, according to official figures. That is only comparable to cities like Las Vegas or Dublin. I'm running out of time. Sometimes I think that half an hour to talk about real estate is enough. And my passion for real estate makes me feel heavy because I feel like a blog. We live day by day. I invite you to connect with me on social media. Any questions, any experience, or detail you want to know about any project in Miami, Broward, or West Palm Beach, which are my areas of influence, contact me at 954-531-8046, and I would be delighted to help you. Hussein El Faki, من بسقوار 31 at 046.